You feel the vibe is contagious. Look in your eyes, shit is dangerous. Grateful I had all the patience. I know you going through some changes. You taking pictures, know your angles. Ooh, no, we ain't perfect, but we them close. Ooh.
Hello, sofrito con chile familia. No, hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today is another sofrito sin chile video, and I'm so sorry, but my honey is working, and it's just important to us that we get some content back out there for you guys. I know we've kind of been off the radar a little bit. So today's video is a little bit random, but I think it's coming in good timing. So today is Saturday, November 24th. So the day after Black Friday, and a lot of people were asking me like, oh, are you gonna go shopping? Have you bought anything? And I did. I'm not gonna lie, I did pick up a couple of things, but I had a plan for it. And I had intentions of making these purchases. So it wasn't like, oh my god, this is like $40 off, let me buy it. You know, it was very calculated purchases. But that's not really what I want to talk about, Black Friday or anything like that. Today's video is going to be more so around saving. So I've mentioned on Instagram time and time again that Randy and I are trying so hard to get into this whole budgeting thing, and it's difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it's challenging, and I promise you when we find something that works for us, we're gonna talk all about it on our channel. Just right now I'm not comfortable giving advice on budgeting when it's something we're struggling with. Also, I apologize if you hear a lot of noise. I'm filming basically right next to my window, so I hope it's not crazy. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna talk about saving. So let me just kind of kick off this whole video with, I know this videos are a very specific audience, and I understand that, but I'm just speaking from experience. I don't want to speak on something I don't know or I've never been in, because I don't think that would be fair. So this video is really targeted at the person or the people that still live at home, have minimal expenses, and are in a situation similar to myself or even Randy's, where you have minimal you know, expenses and responsibilities. So we are eternally grateful for our parents that they're really setting us up for success and are able to allow us to essentially live at home rent free. I know that's something that a lot of people are not able to do, and I'm just forever grateful that our parents are, you know, they're willing and able to let us do that. So because of that, you know, we both work and we're able to save a lot of money. So for any of my students that are watching that are, you know, in college or maybe even high school, and you have a job and your money is, you know, your money to do as you wish, this video is for you. Saving. Saving is something I personally have been doing for years. I mean, I remember being like in middle school, maybe going to the bank with my mom and like depositing change and things like that, and just putting it into a savings account. So it's something that has been embedded in me from a young age, that you do need to save money regardless of what you have to save. And if you're able to save, you know, that amount. So when I started working at my current job, I've been there for 2 years, and I graduated from school 2.5 years ago. So this was like my official job that I was invested in. I said, I'm gonna save half my check off the bat. And I did such an extreme thing, and Randy's doing this as well. And we did that because if you get kind of accustomed to living on a small amount of money, you don't really miss the money. Now, if all of my check went right into checking, then I was spending it like crazy, and then I try to scale back, it's a lot harder. Not impossible, but a lot harder. And this is actually advice I've given to some of my friends. Just set up your direct deposit where it immediately goes to saving, you know. So some goes to checking, some goes to saving immediately, and you're not the one responsible for like making the transaction and putting it into your savings account, because I think that's when it gets a little bit difficult. So that's my number one advice. Save and set up your direct deposit, like link it to your savings account. Advice number two is really focus on bringing lunch to work. Now, if you live at home and you have that traditional parent, you know more than likely food is being made at home. Now, I know people are really weird about reheating food and eating out of Tupperware. Find something that works for you that does not require you to buy lunch every day. So whether it's meal prepping, you know, if you cook for yourself, or if your mom, like me, my mom does cook for us, I always ask her, can you make a little bit extra so I can take it for lunch the next day? Don't spend money on lunch. When I worked in Manhattan, lunch could easily be $14, $15. And oh, it pains me to spend that kind of money. I mean, I even put it on Instagram. I did a poll and I asked, you know, does anyone else opt out of lunch if it means spending money on it? And people said yes. I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that. I know it's insane. I know it's crazy. It's drastic. I get it. But to spend 15 bucks on a meal is just absurd when you can spend nothing if you bring it from home. So that's my suggestion number 2, is bring your lunch from home. If it means a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, then you know what, that's what you're eating for lunch. It just is, you know, it's just kind of what it is and what has to happen. And then my third thing, and this is just, again, really simple, is spend wisely. You don't have to jump on every sale. You don't have to buy the most luxurious like bags and items, or all the sneakers in the world, or shoes and boots. Like, that's what I'm into. You don't have to do that. And I think just kind of disciplining yourself will get you there. It's addictive, you know. I know every, you know, paycheck, when I see my savings go up that much more, I'm super excited. Randy and I mentioned that we're looking to purchase a home, whether it's a condo or an actual house, and our savings is a huge part of our deposit, or our down payment, I should say. So that's really what's worked for us. I know for many people, you're just like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? That's all your suggestions are? But I'm telling you, it works. I think the biggest thing is learn how to live below your means. And that's something I want to carry out for the rest of my life. I don't think you should live, how do I put it? If this is possible for you, don't max out your paycheck. And by that I mean, you know, if you're making $80,000 a year, don't live like you're making $80,000 a year. Maybe live like you're making $50,000 a year, and make that work, and then you kind of just save the rest. And that can be for an emergency fund, it can be for investments, it could be 401k that you're putting the rest of that money into, whatever it is that works for you. I'll be super open. I think we've been very honest in all of our videos. This is how I break down my check at the moment, and it's what's allowed me to save for so long. So 40% of my paycheck goes directly into savings immediately. 10% goes to my 401k. About another 7%, which is nuts, goes to my employee stock savings. So we have, or stock purchase plan, sorry. So my company basically offers this program where you can invest in company stock at a discounted rate. So I do put money into that. So that's already 57-ish% going, you know, being kind of put away in different places. And yeah, that's kind of what I do. The balance goes to anything related to my car. I drive to work, so it is a little bit costly sometimes, but that's kind of what works for me. And then whatever is remaining out of that is just for my livelihood. So what's left is not a lot of money. It's actually very little, and it's getting a little bit harder now that my expenses are building up, and that's why I want to budget. I don't really want to mess with my savings too much. I already had to alter, because at one point I was saving literally 50%. Remember I said 40, and now it's 40 instead of 50, so that was hard. But I don't want to save less than that at the moment, at least not until we move out. So that's kind of that. Tomorrow Randy and I will be filming, so my chile will be back, and we'll get to film some awesome stuff together. As always, thank you all for your love and support. We're excited, we're gonna do this, we're committed, and I hope all of you have an amazing weekend.